What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Noah. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, I'm a 19-year-old realtor and car detailing business owner in Southern California. And today it's raining, as you can see, and I'm not detailing cars. So today is the perfect day to tell you guys about my mobile detailing setup because it's electric. I know you guys have all been asking me about it. But before we do that, please consider subscribing. If you're into real estate, entrepreneurship, business, or cars, car detailing, all of that, everything in between, please consider subscribing. I'm documenting my journey to success, and this channel focuses on both car detailing and real estate. So let's get into it. I took some very artistic shots of my equipment, so I hope you enjoy these as I play them over the audio. But here's the setup. I have a water tank, an electric water pump, I have an extension cord, and then I also have my electric pressure washer right here, obviously, and then I have a 50-foot hose and the pressure washing wand. This is the setup, the whole thing. This goes into the customer's electrical outlet. A lot of people were bitching, saying, oh, you can't use the customer's outlets. You cannot use them. Yes, you can. I don't want to hear it. You guys can use it. I do it all the time. It's standard protocol. So I plug this into the client's electrical outlet. Boom, this has power. My water pump did not come with this plug here. It did not come with a plug on it originally. It only had a black and red wire, which is positive and negative. So you had to splice it in to whatever application you were going to use the pump for. This pump is a marine RV water pump that you would use underneath the sink in like a boat or an RV or a travel trailer. So that's what this water pump is. It's 1.5 gallons per minute, which is perfectly suitable for any electric pressure washer. I would say across the board, because most of these electric pressure washers are gonna be 1 to 1.5 gallons per minute. This is only a 12-volt water pump. So I hooked up a 12-volt AC/DC adapter. I just spliced it in here with some wire crimps. It's a normal computer AC/DC adapter. It's what would be on your mom's Dell laptop. And then it just goes right into the water pump right here. I've had no issues with any water splashing on the water pump. I've had no issues with the water getting in the wire crimps. This has been reliable, and it's the same water pump and wires I've been running since I was 16, which is 3 years ago. On to the next thing. I have a hose that transfers the water from the water tank through the water pump, and it goes to my pressure washer. And now a lot of people are also asking, why do you need a water pump if you have your water tank? It's a 50-gallon water tank, so there's not a lot of pressure. When it's all the way filled up, I don't know what the weight would be off the top of my head. I got a C in math class. All I know is that the pressure washer will work for maybe a couple minutes, and then it won't, because there's not enough pressure with all the weight in the water in the tank, so that it has enough pressure for the pressure washer to work effectively. So you need the water pump to always ensure, even when you have very low water levels, that you're still getting pressure to the pressure washer, obviously. Moving on to the pressure washer. This is a 1600 PSI Ryobi electric pressure washer. It's 1.2 gallons per minute, and this thing is so tiny, I think it weighs like 3 or 4 pounds. It has one of these safety plugs to where it has a reset button and a test button, similar to an outlet next to your bathroom sink. Again, I don't know what that's called. Please educate me in the comments section. I got this electric pressure washer at Lowe's, I believe, and this Ryobi has lasted me for 6 months so far. I had the 2500 PSI pressure washer from Ryobi, and literally, guys, it did not make a single difference. You can go spend 60 bucks, or you can spend 250 bucks on the electric pressure washer. Just go with this one because you're not gonna see a real difference with the 2500 PSI. At least from what I found, I've still been able to do my job correctly with the 1600 PSI pressure washer. Plus, you're not having to worry about blowing off people's paint because you shot the water too close or at the wrong spot in the paint. For example, if you have an old car that maybe has chipping paint and you're washing around that, you gotta be really careful. So if you have a really high pressure pressure washer, you will blow the paint off. So this is really safe, being 1600 PSI. I enjoy it. This is what gets all my cars done. There's still enough pressure to blow really good foam out the foam cannon, and it works well. One thing I would like to add is I upgraded my hose to a 50-foot hose, which is a must. You will not be able to detail cars mobily if you have the 25, I think it's a 20-foot hose that comes with these little pressure washers. They're little clear, flimsy hoses and they're just like the shittiest hoses I've ever seen in my life. So you need to get a 50-foot hose. I got this one off of Amazon for 25 bucks. And it threads on to the pressure washer and the pressure washing wand just as it should, and that's it. The way that I put this together is I wrote it down on a piece of paper, took measurements of my truck bed. I took the width, the height of the actual bed itself, and the length. And I made sure I got a water tank that wasn't too big to where it would weigh my truck down and make it really unsafe to drive. But I got one that's light enough but still has enough water for me to do 2 to 3 cars at most. Because let's be honest, I'm working by myself. I'm not gonna be doing 10 cars a day, and especially full details when they take 4 or 5 hours sometimes to complete one car. So this is what was realistic for me, is just to get a 50-gallon water tank, this small 1600 pressure washer, 1600 PSI pressure washer, and that's it. In total, I believe this setup cost me $300 for the tank with shipping. It's only $100 for the tank if you pick it up in like Wisconsin. Unless you live in Wisconsin, you gotta ship it out there. So it was like $200 in shipping. So $350 for the water tank. I paid $150 for my water pump. I actually bought that water pump at a local store near me. It's called Monroe Supply in Grand Junction, Colorado. Quick plug to them. The sales manager really helped me out. I have no idea what I was getting into with water pumps, and they literally just sell pumps for everything. I didn't know there was such a thing. They actually had all the hose adapters and the attachments to where I had a shut-off valve on my water tank. They actually helped me out with setting up the water pump to my water tank. So if you guys need help ordering, you can give them a call, and I know for sure they will help you out. Unless you have a water pump supply store near you where they can supply the adapters from the water tank to a standard normal household hose diameter. Because that was one problem I ran into, was the actual hole at the bottom of the water tank is literally like 3.5 inches wide. So what I did was I converted it to a normal household hose diameter, and I was able to run a smaller hose to connect my water pump to my pressure washer. And that's essentially how it works, guys. It's super simple. It's nothing complicated. The reason why I did not go with gas, again, is because I drive a 1986 Toyota pickup. It's a small little truck. That's my personal vehicle. I did not want to have to carry around gas. I didn't want to carry around a generator or a gas pressure washer. Not to mention, it's extremely loud compared to the electric pressure washer. This is still loud, but it's a much quieter. What you guys have to know also is that I did not just go out and splurge and buy all this stuff right when I started at 15 years old. I started with a plastic tub filled with like Armor All, some cheap Walmart chemicals, and some cloth towels and beach towels to dry cars with. I literally started with a tub, one of those plastic clear ones. I started with that, and I would take that to people's cars. My parents would drop me off, and that's how I started. And I worked my way up to this stuff. So if you guys are young and you're just getting into it, this is the perfect setup for you guys, because you're not having to carry around gas for the generator, gas for the pressure washer, and you won't have to pick that stuff up, put it in your vehicle, and take it out if you only have one vehicle. So that's what this setup means to me, is the fact that I can take the stuff out and put it back in on the fly, and I don't have to worry about the gas, the reliability of the engines, or maintenance on the engines, or the generator, the pressure washer. I went electric because I saw the benefits of having lightweight setup for the back of my truck, and it was pretty much just as reliable. So if you guys have any questions at all, put them in the comments section down below, or better yet, join the Facebook group. It's called the Real Estate and Detailing Mastermind. Post your questions in there. If you have your own electric detailing setups, I would love to see them. It would help everybody out. I know we have kind of a small community here of people who actually enjoy real estate and detailing. They're thinking of doing both, or you're an entrepreneur trying to decide what you want to do. It'll be a good group of people. I love all you guys on here. We're pretty much like-minded. A lot of you guys commenting, I can relate with so deeply. It was insane, it blew my mind. I didn't know there were so many people who were interested in detailing and real estate. So everybody join that group down below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys learned something or got some type of insight you can use for your detailing setup. And as always, this is Noah. I'll see you guys on the next one.